Welcome, everyone, to another annual podcast. We're back, Amateur Theory Podcast, ready to give you the top 5 movies, maybe top 15 if there's no overlap, of movies of the year. If you've been here, you know the drill. If you're new, we just talk about what the best movies were of the year. That's all this is. And we're going to do it in order from the 5th best to the 1st best. And we're going to start with number 5. Number 5, and my 5th best movie of the year was Black Phone 2. I don't know if any of you had a chance to watch that movie. Saw it.
I haven't even seen the first one. Although I've heard it's good.
The first, so I avoided
the first one, that is. I don't know anything about the second one.
Alright, well then you guys are in for a treat because both movies are great, but very different. So the first movie is more, there was like some supernatural-ish elements to it, kinda, but it was more of like a serial killer kind of thing, more grounded villain. But in the sequel, it went full on, ghosts, and it's actually a lot like, very, very influenced, very obviously by the Freddy movies. Danger when you
So
sleep
does it
kind
get
of thing.
surreal?
Just in the sense that like if you're not you're in danger when you're sleeping, because he can get you through your dreams.
Okay.
But no, in the first one, the bad guy is a person.
Yeah, but I thought there were ghosts in the movie. That was in the marketing. I guess
Like I said, there's supernatural elements to it, even in the first one. So it's not so crazy that they did it, but it's much more of the focus this go around than it was then.
Gotcha.
And yeah, there was a lot of movies that came out this year that I liked a lot, that I really considered putting on this top 5, at least my top 5. The one that almost edged out was The Naked Gun, because that was legitimately kind of hilarious. But I just liked this more. So this was my number 5 movie of the year. It was great for Halloween, lots of scares, and solid acting from everyone involved. Just an enjoyable horror movie. So that was my number 5. Who wants to take it next? All right, Adam.
All right. So, my number 5 of the year. I'm a big fan of horror films, but not so much that I've seen Black Phone 2, I guess. But so my list is heavy on horror as well. 3 horror movies in the top 5 for me, and number 5 is Bring Her Back. If you have seen these directors' earlier film, name is escaping me right now, but it was very successful, disturbing, and they have done that again, but this time it's even like darker and more like stressful. The reason, I think objectively the film is just really good, excellent performances. It's 5th on my list because it is the film I want to see the least again. Like my other movies I think would be fun to watch multiple times, but this one is not fun at all. It's intentional, okay? You can say this kind of succeeded in creating this dark feeling, but it's probably the scariest, most intense movie I saw this year, and it's not for the faint of heart. It's not a party movie. So, yeah.
Oh, what else has the director done?
Talk to Me. That's the name of it. I was just trying to remember.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these, but I do remember hearing about Talk to Me also when that came out.
Yeah, this is a streaming movie,
Did you
right?
mention that in a previous year? Talk to Me?
I'm sorry?
I think
Yeah,
he did.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Talk to Me made it on a previous
Okay.
list. Yeah. Did you say ask if it was a streaming movie?
Yeah. 'Cause I think I saw that on streaming. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm sure it is now,
Okay,
but
did
it
come out.
went to theaters first.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, Jail. You're
All
up.
right. I should just say up front, this is never really my top 5 of the year, or they're just 5 movies that I've chosen to talk about. Kind of my top 5. But at number 5, I'm going to put Mission Impossible: The Final
All
Reckoning.
right.
And we'll just partly. I've adored the Mission Impossible movies. I don't know, I'm just such a sucker for that sort of thing. I think they are actually very well done action movies, and this is supposedly the final one. I mean, Tom Cruise has said this is it for him. Well, he said that before. I don't know if he's going to change his mind or anything, but as far as I know for now, this is the final one. So it kind of has that bittersweet feeling of it ending, which I'm okay with. The peak was sort of around the middle here. And while I do think it went off on a high note, it did feel kind of ready to end. But I still had a great time at theaters. You know, a big thing for all of these movies is, you know, just the set pieces, the action scenes, and I think it succeeded as it pretty much always does in that fair. I saw it twice and had a blast both times. But you do kind of have to already like be in the Mission Impossible headspace. Like I don't. This isn't going to convert anyone, any new fans. But
Yeah. If I can add just 2 comments about that movie, a pro and a con, in my opinion, about the movie. The con was that movie heavily relied on, like, remember this great thing in the past, like this thing that happened in the past. It was full of that. But the pro is there is a. I'm gonna be vague as much as I can. But there's a sequence with a submarine, which I think is one of the most incredible action sequences I have ever seen in a movie. So, yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, and I'll defend the con just a little bit, just because this is supposed to be the final one to send off, so it kind of makes sense to go like, oh, remember all the good times. But yeah, it kind of cheesy, but I had fun.
Yeah.
I liked it too.
All right. So that was 5th best movie. Now we're on number 4. And my 4th place kind of surprised me when I was kind of going through the movies I saw and said which one did I like, and I just had to admit that I liked this more than it's very much a guilty pleasure movie, but for me it's K-pop Demon Hunters, number 4. I'm not usually a big fan of the musical genre, particularly like children's musicals. They just tend not to be my bag. They can be good, but I usually view the music and the singing as a detraction rather than adding to the movie. But for this movie, I liked the music quite a bit, and I actually would listen to it outside of the context of the movie, which for a movie like this, it's a pretty big deal, I think. And then also, it's just it's made by the Spider-Man people.
Soundtrack?
Yeah, there's it was like 3 songs really of it that I would listen to, but I like those 3. And then it's it's done by the Spider-Man people, so the animation looks great. And I have to give it props for just being original, like truly original idea. There's like not many tropes and things. Compare that to a movie like Zootopia 2, which I liked, right? Because I saw that, I thought it was a good movie. Writing was good, but it's kind of a rehash of the themes of the first movie. It's just more predictable, more kind of typical Disney stuff. Whereas this felt like really out of left field, like different. And so for that reason, I gave it my number 4 spot.
My number 4 spot is going to One Battle After Another. That I will admit I'm not super familiar with Paul Thomas Anderson's work. I know many people really love all of his movies and they make sure to watch them. And I have liked the movies that I've seen. I've seen Magnolia and I've seen There Will Be Blood. And that was it beforehand. And I loved There Will Be Blood. I don't like this one as quite as much, but it was still really good. The movie is great at it's kind of hard to explain. Building a little bit on what Braden was saying about there are certain expectations, I guess, with certain types of movies. You can kind of in Zootopia 2, you kind of see what's going on. It really feels like Paul Thomas Anderson knows what we would expect with certain sequences, and then those things don't happen. But it's still really, really interesting and fun to watch. So yeah, One Battle After Another. It's really funny. It's exciting. It's fun. I really loved it.
Good pick. Good pick. All right, my number 4 movie is. I had to look at my list. Oh, okay. For number 4, I'm going to pick No Other Choice. It's a Korean film. Have either of you two heard
I'm
about
not
this? But the director, Park Chan-wook, if I want to say it all American. He's the guy that did Old Boy, The Handmaiden.
Yeah, I actually saw a movie from him. Is this the one with the is that in medieval times?
No.
Oh, he must have done another movie then. So I saw a movie from him.
I do know Old Boy.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
but maybe that was a.
Yeah.
This must be a different one.
Yeah. One of the few Korean directors who's actually kind of made a name for himself, in the States. But anyway, this is his latest film, and it's just this director. He's so good at combining, darker elements with comedy. This movie is a dark comedy, but he just does it so well, in a way that's, I don't know how to describe it. It's just different from typical, I guess, Western fare. It feels so much more integrated, complementary. I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, so you two haven't heard anything about this movie? You don't know anything? It's about a guy who gets laid off from his job, so he's searching for other places to work at, and he actually what he does is he starts killing off other people who are looking for the same job, so his competitors in a sense. So yeah, it kind of has that social commentary edge to it, but this just, I don't know, I've always liked this director. He just knows how to tell a story. I don't actually have anything really insightful to say about this movie other than I liked it. My defense, it's 2 a.m. over here.
Yeah, yeah. Happy New Year's. We're doing this on New Year's Eve, and so for me and Adam, it's in the morning, but JL has already experienced 2026.
2026 over
He's
here.
from the future right now. But all right. Now moving on to the top 3. And so for number 3, for me, I think it's almost become a cliche on this podcast where I will first say, I don't like superhero movies, but insert superhero movie I liked a lot. I think I've done that too many times. I feel like I have to maybe drop the I don't like superhero movies thing. I don't know. But it's Superman. That was another movie where I liked it way more than I expected. I appreciated how, I think a big part of why I liked it is because it felt so prescient, the themes and the things they were talking about. It kind of felt like they were really making a point, kind of a pointed political point, that it's like great on like a big tent pole superhero movie that you're willing to do that sort of thing. That kind of takes a certain amount of not playing it safe that I really appreciated. And the movie was way better for it. It really felt way more timely. And then it's props to making the movie just fun and funny. It kind of felt Marvel-y a little bit at its best, when it's like a good mix of action and humor. But all of that's undergirded by these kind of deep themes and which made it just really good. It was also refreshing to see something done differently with Superman than we've seen, which is like really just leaning into the camp. So many modern superhero movies is trying to take that silliness that's inherent in superheroes and trying to like guss it up so it doesn't seem so ridiculous. And this time they were just like, no, there's a super dog, and there's like everything, all the crazy things that you know about Superman is in here, and we don't care. We're just unabashedly about it, and actually that was really refreshing.
Yeah, I liked it too. I thought it was really good.
Thing, yeah. No, yeah, Superman was quite good. I think a big appeal is just how unabashedly, like, kind of like optimistic it is, or just I just want to save people and help everyone. There's no
The darkness inside.
yeah. Well, it's what are the words? 2 a.m. I don't know. There's no irony to the hopefulness. It's just very sincere, in that way.
Honestly, I think one of the things I really liked about Superman was like all of the side characters were really fun. Like it's just they all have a weird part, like makes them stand out even though they're not the main focus of the story. I don't know. I thought it was fun.
All right, Adam, number 3.
All right, my number 3. So the top 3 are, for me, is like a special echelon. Like I like them all. My top 3 movies I like them quite a bit more than one battle after another. So, excuse me. I know that's a really good movie that a lot of people think.
So this is like S+ tier.
Yes, for sure. And it's tough to order them, but I will stand by my ranking. So number 3 for me is Weapons.
Okay.
So the director of Weapons did. Oh my goodness, I'm really bad at
A Barbarian.
Barbarian. There it is. And I think that Weapons is a lot better than Barbarian, personally. I liked Barbarian a lot. But like. I guess it's still kind of early on that I don't want to like talk too much about some of the reveals in Weapons, but to me, I think the big appeal of the movie was that like there is a really compelling central mystery, which is and this is the premise of the movie, which is basically that all of these kids in the middle of the night one day just all got up out of their houses and like went somewhere and they're gone. Okay, and the town deals with the fallout of that. And so that like there's an interesting question in the premise of that, which is like it begs you to ask like, well, how did this happen? Like and stuff like that. And I think that a lot of whether you like this movie will come down to, do you like the explanation the movie gave? And for me, I think the explanation added. It did not take away. So ultimately, it really came together to me. There's a hilarious and like dark ending sequence in this movie that's just so satisfying to watch. And yeah, huge standout. Love it.
I will say, because I enjoyed Weapons, I really did. I think I liked Barbarian a bit more. and part of it was that I understand there was some kind of mixed tonal shifts in Barbarian as well, but they felt better executed to me. This one kind of the turns where it goes like really dark to like humorous joke to, it almost felt whiplash at certain times. Only speaking for myself, but still eminently entertaining and not a bad movie at all. I'd recommend it to anybody, especially if you're a horror fan.
I'm gonna go on record as saying I think I like Weapons more than Barbarian, so 2 against 1. But yeah, Weapons is great. All right.
Yep. So, you're up.
Number 3. Okay. My number 3 movie. My film I picked is called Black Bag, which came out towards the beginning of the year.
I've heard of that, and I've seen like the marketing for it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't go to theaters and see it. I saw it at home, which I kind of regret, but I'll get to that in a second. But Black Bag is just a fairly simple movie. The plot is just you have a married couple, husband and wife, who both work for like the intelligence agency, the government, and the husband, played by Michael Fassbender, suspects that his wife, Kate Blanchett, might be colluding with an enemy nation. She might be working undercover for them, and that's basically the premise. It's a very like tight 90-minute movie that doesn't waste any time, and I like that it's actually like pure espionage. Like, this isn't a movie with like like shootouts and like planes exploding and whatnot. Like, it's generally just like, oh, I'm trying to figure out secrets. I'm actually spying on people. And what I want to bring up was that I think this movie did like horribly at the box office. Like, it didn't recoup its budget. And it's kind of, I find it interesting because I feel like if this movie would have come out, say in the 90s, it would have done just fine because it would have worked on like just star power alone. Like, Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett are well-known, well-regarded actors. Back in the 90s, I think you could have just had, oh yeah, these two, they're in a spy movie, and people would have just gone and seen it. And that kind of doesn't work anymore, I guess, in this day and age. It feels like something that today might have just gone to streaming, but it did get a theatrical release, which no one saw, I guess, including me, admittedly. But I finally did see it at home, and I quite enjoyed it. Just good, solid spy movie.
Okay. Well, now we're in the top 2, and I am sorry, guys, because I feel like I'm going to steal some thunder right now. It's I think, because I think this is probably going to be in everyone's list. But number 2 is going to be, for me, Sinners. I always feel like I need to justify why 2 instead of saying why it is that it's good. But so I won't spend too much time talking about it because I feel like we'll talk about it more later. Just, all the hype was real. It was as good as everyone said. There's just some amazing things about it. And this was my number 1 right up until I saw my number 1. This almost all year. So it was, quite an amazing movie. But I'll leave it there for now.
Okay. Well, in my number 2 spot, I had the privilege of being able to see this in theaters, which it didn't have a big window and it didn't have a big release to do that. But my number 2 is Wake Up Dead Man.
Knives Out.
Yep, it's the third Knives Out film, and in my opinion, the best one, for sure.
I agree. I think it's the best Knives Out.
Yeah, it's got just these like all of the Knives Out movies have a compelling cast of characters, but I think that the lead kind of in this one are best in this movie. Of course, Benoit Blanc is always like fun in all of them, but I mean, like in this movie, like I wouldn't say the ensemble cast all has equal weight. There are definitely some characters that are more important, and it's like it's fun to follow. I think the premise for this one is like really fun to me. I think that the the setting, the way everything is set up, is filled with just a lot of intriguing elements, and they contribute to a tone or a mood that feels a little bit more somber than the other ones, and that appeals to me. It's just a personal preference thing. So yeah, Wake Up Dead Man. I didn't see it coming. It was just great payoff, great story, great characters.
That's cool you saw it in theaters.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see it in theaters.
Yeah, I've been meaning to see that one. I haven't watched it yet. I did like both the other Knives Out movies though, so to catch up on this one. All right, my number 2 is kind of a cheat because it's not a movie that came out this year, and it's a movie I've seen before, but I did see it in theaters.
I know what it is. Because it got a re-release, right?
Maybe I talk.
Oh, I mean, I'm guessing based on what you're saying. You haven't told me, but I think I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Based on the fact that it got re-released in theaters this year, with maybe some additional footage. Say what it is. I mean, is it not Kill Bill?
I don't.
Is it not Kill Bill?
No.
Oh, well then I was
Oh.
So, yeah, the movie I'm talking about is Stop Making Sense, the Talking Heads concert film.
Okay.
Which it got a theatrical re-release in the States, I want to say like a few years ago, and I think it was only just last year that it finally came over here. And I just happened to notice. So yeah, I saw it in theaters, so I'm counting it. And this is actually the best movie, like, out of all the movies I'm gonna say. This is, a lot of people, I think, consider it the greatest concert film of all time, and they're 100% correct. It's
Definitely, it's renowned. I'm familiar with it, even though I haven't seen it yet. That's because I don't know very many concert films, but I've heard of this one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just an amazing performance, an amazing set list. Just the band, just like all the performers have just like such good chemistry, and you can tell they're all like just having an amazing time playing these songs. Like the vibes are like peak, and David Byrne just has this aura about him. He's just fascinating to watch. But like even if you're not like a big Talking Heads fan, like even if you just like know a few of their songs, I'd still recommend this movie to anyone. Like it's literally just amazing to watch. The music's so good. So good. I loved it. But yeah, this one came out in like 84, so not quite not quite a newer release. But I have to include it because I had such a good time watching it.
Yeah. All right. Well, my number one, is I did not see it in theaters. Is Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man, my number one movie of the year. I thought it was incredible. The one thing I'll mention, because Adam's already said so much, is that in terms of ranking them among the franchise, I would say that I think the second one, I think most people would disagree, is the weakest. I think that's pretty easy to say. But between the third and the first, I think they have different strengths and weaknesses. Because I think in the first one, the mystery and trying to solve the mystery is more interesting and compelling. But the third one has better themes throughout, and it has more of a as emotionally pulling as that first one was, because it did have its moments. The third one is really kind of it makes you think, makes you contemplate. It's very very deep. In a way that I did not expect going into Knives Out. I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is just a whodunit, but like really it was this is like this is the kind of movie that's gonna at least sticks with me, and I think that I could see it sticking with others when you watch it, and so that's my glowing review of Knives Out 3 is my favorite movie of the year. Again, totally unexpected. I saw it on Netflix, and I was fully ready to say Sinners was number one, and then I saw it and I was like, well, man, that was too good. So yeah, that's my number one.
My number one is Sinners. So the thing about Sinners, and there's a lot of things I feel like I could talk about. Just like it's number one in my opinion, the most fun performance I've seen from Michael B. Jordan as the Smokestack twins. Like, just that, they are like a blast to watch. I say they, like,
right.
It's not just the one actor. But he really gives them like different personalities, and it
really
worked. Like,
different.
They're real foils of each other. So most fun performance.
The scene
that
we all know.
Since you bring it up, I'm just gonna briefly talk about the scene. It is my favorite scene of any movie. Full stop. Like, I have never seen something that like had as visceral of an impact on me as when I saw that in theaters. Like, I couldn't. It left me breathless. I wasn't breathing, like, when it first came on, and I was just, it's just incredible. It's a vampire movie, and the vampires don't show up until halfway through the movie, and you don't care. Yeah. It's like, it's so good and so fun, even before any vampires show up, that the vampires show up, and that's awesome too. And it's like, that part is, it's the whole thing is so good. Like, I can't.
Let me address the most common criticism I've seen of this movie by far, and it usually goes something like there's like two versions of it, but it's the same criticism. Either, oh, the beginning was boring until the vampires showed up, or, man, the beginning was so good, how did they ruin it with vampires? And to both of you, you're wrong. You're just wrong, because both halves are incredible.
I know.
And they add to each other so good. It's just,
definitely my top movie of the year. It's easily in my top 5 movies all time. Like, no question. I'd have to think a lot about what my top 5 movies of all time are, but that's in there. Like, no question. Sinners, best movie of the year.
Man, listening to you is getting me hyped. I should watch this again.
I will say that I was kind of, because I also saw it in theaters, and when the big scene, trying to be spoiler free, but the big scene happened, I was kind of, I don't know if I'd say breathless, but I was just kind of like, it was like a euphoric, like, edge of my seat, like, oh. It was definitely, I definitely remember it like happening, and how I was feeling at the time.
So, Brayden, did you see it in theaters? Did you say that just now? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see this one in theaters because by the time it came out in theaters here, it was already available on home video. So I just saw it at home first before it was even available here. And I probably should have gone to see it in theaters anyway, but oh well. Uh, so my number one is a movie that's actually already been mentioned. I'm giving it to One Battle After Another, which I was quite looking forward to. I do like Paul Thomas Anderson quite a bit, and this movie, I heard it was based, or when I heard it was based on a Thomas Pynchon novel, which I do like that novel a decent amount, but it's more, it's different enough that they say inspired by, which I'd agree with, because this is very much its own thing. The details, but I had a blast with this movie. I went to see it twice. And this is basically Paul Thomas Anderson's action movie, which I say action, and the first thing whenever I think of an action film is, lots of gun, shoot, bang, bang. I'm thinking of Terminator, which this doesn't have action quite in the same way, but this movie has a momentum to it that I personally just found a little intoxicating. Like, I just couldn't tear my eyes away from the screen. Like, there's a setup to this movie, some background information that's maybe the first 20 minutes, half hour, and then it goes along, and then after a point, the movie starts, like, moving. And once it starts moving, it, like, moves. It gets going. Like, I just love how everything plays out. It's hilarious. The performances are great. Sean Penn plays a character that's just I don't even know how to describe it. He's so interesting. Leo does a great job, of course, like he usually does, but Sean Penn kind of steals the show. He gives a very memorable performance. But yeah, my actual favorite movie of the year in terms of films that came out this year. I loved One Battle After Another. And I just want to say, like I said earlier, this isn't quite my true top 5. It never is for these podcasts. I deliberately left off Sinners because I knew both of you had mentioned it. So I just didn't feel like repeating. Yeah.
Fair.
But all right, that's 2025 in the books. Thanks for listening. If you've got this far, of course, like, subscribe, follow, whatever, all the things. And until next year, thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
See ya.